Hi everyone, and welcome to Heather's Happy Stitches. I'm Heather. Today we are going to be making this. It is a granny square scarf. So we will go through how to make the granny squares themselves, and how to connect them to each other. These granny squares themselves are 5 by 5 with the outer border, the connection border, and the length of the scarf is 60 inches. So you're going to need 11 granny squares. You can do all of the same color, or you can alternate like I did. Like, for instance, this one has the lighter colors going out, and this one has the lighter colors coming in. But you can make them all one color. You can use different colors. You can do any kind of color pattern that you want. But this is just how I did mine. And that's it. Thank you. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so for this project we are going to be using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, scissors, a tapestry needle, and then we're going to use baby pink from Red Heart Super Saver, pretty in pink from Red Heart Super Saver, cherry red from Red Heart Super Saver, and burgundy from Red Heart Super Saver. We're also going to be using this color. Unfortunately, I lost the tag for this color, so I'm not 100% sure what it is. Alright, to start, we are going to make a magic ring. So just lay your yarn over your pinky and ring finger, wrap it around, and then we're going to have your crochet hook go under the top one, hook that, pull and turn, grab a hold of the yarn attached to the ball, and pull through. And that makes your magic ring. If you're not comfortable with the magic ring, you can chain 4 and then connect to the first. Here, I'll just show you. So we're going to make a slip knot. Then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going, without turning or twisting, we are going to connect the first with a slip stitch, and then this middle hole is the one you're going to work into. Can you see it? Right there, like that middle hole. But I prefer working with the magic ring, so I'm just going to do that again. Alright, so now to start, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to double crochet 3 or 2, 1, 2, so now you have 3 because this chain up counts as a stitch. There, that's better. You can see that better. And now we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to double crochet 3 more. 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to double crochet 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, and then double crochet 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. That's it. So you got 4, you got 1 here, one, you have 4 clusters of 3. So you got 1 cluster here, and this is the chain 1, cluster here, chain 1, cluster here, chain 1, and then cluster here. So now we're going to chain 1. We're going to pull our magic ring closed, and then we're going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now we're going to change colors. So make a chain 1, pull it through. We're going to snip it off. And then we're just going to work in our ends. I prefer to work in the ends now as opposed to when I'm all done, because it's less work to do when we have it all finished and you don't have to worry about catching the ends in the wrong place. Alright, so we're going to set these aside for stuffing for another project. So now we're going to move on to Pretty in Pink. So we're just going to make a slip stitch or a slip knot. And then any of the chain 1 spaces, it doesn't matter which one, is where we're going to start. So I'm just going to pick this one. We're just going to slip stitch to connect it securely. Pull it tight. And then we're going to do the same pattern. Chain 3, 2, 3, and then we're going to double crochet 2 more, 1, 2, and as I double crocheted these, I grabbed hold of my my loose end so that it would be secure in there. Now we're going to chain 1. We're not going to do any into this bundle here. We're going to skip it and go into the next chain 1 gap. So now we're going to double crochet 3 times, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to chain 1, and then into the same gap, chain 1 space, we are going to crochet 3 more times. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 1. We're going to skip this bundle of 3 here, and we're going to go into the next chain 1 space. So 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then double crochet 3 more times into the same space. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 1, and then again we're going to skip this bundle and go into the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, and then in 3 more times into the same space. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, and now we're back to where we started. So we're into this space where we started. We're going to double crochet 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. There. Now we're going to fasten off. So make like you're making a chain 1, pull it tight, cut, and when you cut, pull this a little bit to make sure you're cutting the right one. And see how the top one is the one that slides? That's the one we're going to cut. Just pull it out, and now you're just going to work in your ends. Alright, and again we are going to save these for scrap later on. Now we're going to move on to cherry red. So it's the same process. Slip stitch. Oh, and you see how the is taking on a square look, and even though even though we're working in rounds, it's looking like a square. That's because of these chain ones in the corners here. So we do the bundle, chain one, and then the bundle, and it gives it that square look. So we're just going to pick a corner, pick this one. I'm going to slip stitch it into it. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to double crochet 3 times or twice into this space. And then chain 1 and move into the next space where we will double crochet 3 times. So we're just going to slip stitch into the top of the third. So this is 1, 2, 3. We're going to fasten up. Now on to burgundy. So again, it is going to be the same process. Pick a corner, slip stitch to secure, or slip stitch to secure, and then chain 3, and 2 more two more double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next one, just like that, all the way around. I totally put 4 in there, but that's okay. It'll just be a little funky looking. Voila! That is our completed granny, well, mostly completed granny square. So I made a couple off screen so that I could show you how to connect them to make the scarf. So on these ones, what I did is I alternated. Let's see how the one we just made, it goes from light to dark. So for these ones, I just made dark to light, and in the pattern, I'm going to alternate them like this. Just like that, but obviously all in a row. So let me show you what it looks like to connect these two together, okay? So this multicolored yarn that I don't remember the name of is going to be our connection. So for this first one, it is simply the same as if you're adding another row to your granny square. Two, three, and then you're just going to do the same thing around. So this first one you're going to double crochet in twice, chain 1, and then just continue as you have been. And when we get to the next square, I will show you how to connect the two. Alright, so now we're just going to connect to the top one of the chain 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then we're going to take our next block, or we're going to set this one aside for right now. And we're going to take our next block, and we are going to start another row. So along this edge here, because I'm going to start here, we're going to do as normal around here. When we get to here, it will change. So let me just work here, and then when we get to that point, I will explain how to connect this one to this one. Alright, so here we are going to stop and connect this one to this one here. So let's pick a corner. I'm going to pick this part. Let me see. Actually, I'll pick this corner. So what we're going to do in this one, instead of chaining 1, we are going to get into our corner space of this one, and we're just going to slip stitch to connect, and then we're going to do it again. So just in this one, and then we're going to continue on this one as if we're doing it normally. So 3 double crochets, and then again, instead of a chain 1, we are going to connect with a slip stitch. And then we're going to go into the next chain 1 space and do the same thing. 3 double crochets, 3, and then slip stitch into the chain 1 space of the one that's already have the border. And then 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch into the, or through the chain 1 space on the other one. And then slip stitch. And slip stitch. And that's it. That's how you connect. And then you're just going to continue with the other 2 sides around just like normal. And that's it. You will have this slight bump here in your, I don't know if you can see it, from where the 2 ends push together. When you wash it, that will flatten out. But that's it. That's how you connect your 2 granny squares. Now if you do over and over with your other things, just start one, connect, fin it regular. With all of your things, you will come up with your scarf. Or a blanket or whatever you're connecting. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Have a great day.